In the video, traditional Chinese dumplings are being made. However, the hygiene conditions at the production site are concerning. There are flies everywhere, making it very unappetizing. The video is shot in the kitchen of a seafood restaurant in China. The staff are handling seafood leftovers from the previous day, preparing to reprocess and sell them to new customers. You can see seafood soaking in oily soup in plastic tubs, and the floor is filthy. This practice not only violates food safety regulations, but also poses serious health risks to customers. Recently, news about a seafood restaurant in Rizal, Shandong, recycling leftovers for resale has caused a stir on Chinese social media. This incident was exposed by Mr. Quan, a local college student. Mr. Quan explained that he is currently on vacation and decided to take a part-time job at a seafood restaurant to earn some pocket money. However, he soon discovered the poor hygiene conditions in the kitchen. Moreover, the restaurant instructed him to pick out, wash, and freeze the seafood leftovers from the previous day to use in seafood soup for the next day's customers. Mr. Quan revealed that if customers complained about the seafood not being fresh, the restaurant would simply offer a free meal to placate them. During his time working part-time at the restaurant, this was a common practice. Even though the restaurant has since been renovated and changed its name, he was worried about more people being deceived and decided to report the restaurant. Mr. Quan also mentioned deceptive practices in the restaurant. On one occasion, when a customer ordered a live lobster, the staff would take it to the kitchen, then replace it with a similar-looking frozen dead lobster from the freezer, making the customer believe they were served the live lobster they chose. The same trick was used with other types of fish, replacing live ones with frozen dead ones before serving them. After this news, Mr. Quan's social media account was deactivated, and the restaurant's business status now shows as temporarily closed. One person commented that the recent efforts by the post-2000 generation to rectify the restaurant industry are truly satisfying. Another expressed concern, saying they worry about this brave student who dared to reveal the truth. Such conscientious students should be protected and rewarded. In recent years, food safety in mainland China has become intolerable, with endless fake products and rampant toxic additives. Friends, let me show you the secret weapon of the snack industry, ethyl maltol. Look at how powerful it is. I specifically bought a can today to show you what it looks like. You have to wear gloves to open this bottle, otherwise it can burn your hands. Once you open the bottle, you can immediately smell the fragrance even through the plastic bag. It's that strong. You can only use 2.5 grams at a time, just a 10,000th of the amount. The bottle even says it's a highly effective flavor enhancer for processed meat. The man in the video also filmed the inside of the store selling various additives, showing shelves densely packed with additives for snacks, like grilled fish fragrance paste and big bone white soup. He advises everyone to eat out less. It's reported that ethyl maltol is widely used in Chinese street snacks, braised meats, and cooked foods. Adding ethyl maltol to braised pork before it's cooked results in a shiny rust red color when heated and enhances the rich aroma of the pork. It also makes frozen meat taste like fresh meat, making people crave it more and more with a high potential for addiction. In reality, besides braised flavors, many edible oil and sesame oil manufacturers in China, including well-known brands, illegally add flavor enhancers like ethyl maltol to their products to drive sales. Previously, Hebei cooking oil was exposed for adulterating products like sesame oil and sesame paste. It's known that their fake sesame oil contains as many as 22 different chemicals, with ethyl maltol being a key ingredient. Market investigations found that the company's sesame oil sells for only 18 yuan per pound, far below the market price of 25 yuan per pound. Calculated at retail market prices, the profit on fake sesame oil can be as high as 4 to 6 times. Rough estimates suggest the company's annual sales exceed 8 million yuan. What exactly is ethyl maltol? It is a flavor enhancer that significantly improves and enhances the aroma of food, and can also extend the shelf life of food, as it has antibacterial and preservative properties. At high concentrations, ethyl maltol produces a caramel-like aroma when heated. However, industry experts point out that excessive consumption of ethyl maltol can affect health, potentially causing headaches, nausea, vomiting, difficulty breathing, and even liver and kidney damage. It can also lead to premature brittle bones and joints, and cancer, posing significant harm to the human body.
I found a part-time job at a food processing plant, and on the first day at work, I was stunned, thinking back to when I used to enjoy eating this fatty beef roll at hot pot restaurants. It's really devastating.
In the video, you could see whole bags of meat rolls placed on the floor, and the hygiene conditions look very poor. Is the fatty beef you eat at hot pot restaurants real? At a popular Sichuan hot pot restaurant, we ordered a portion of grain-fed fatty beef slices for 48 yuan and also bought our own hand-cut fatty beef slices for comparison. When placed side by side, the difference is obvious. Real meat slices easily fall apart, while synthetic meat is very firm, with straight white fat lines laid across the meat. Real meat curls up when cooked, but synthetic meat loses its elasticity. A person revealed that her husband's friend took over a buffet hot pot restaurant and bought a whole freezer full of various meats for only 300 yuan, which shocked her. Here's a process of making artificial beef. Some unethical merchants in China use a fat injection machine to inject fat into low-cost beef, passing it off as marbled beef. It's difficult for ordinary consumers to tell the difference, and the price of such beef skyrockets tenfold. It's reported that these fat injection machines are available on online shopping platforms. Industry insiders say that the taste of such beef can even surpass that of real marbled beef. The fat injection technique is not complicated. Dozens of 20-centimeter long needles are inserted into the low-cost beef, and then liquid fat or coagulant is injected, creating beef with white fat lines. After quick freezing, it's hard to distinguish between real and fake, and even after heating, it retains its appearance. It's known that top-quality beef typically sells for around 100 yuan per kilogram in China, while injected marbled beef can sell for up to 1,000 yuan per kilogram. Injecting fat into 1 kilogram of beef can increase its weight to about 1.5 kilograms. Experts indicate that real marbled beef fat is dotted and not completely connected, with naturally continuous texture. Injected beef fat varies in size and is more uniform. The production process of injected beef may also involve additives and pose a risk of bacterial contamination. Marbled beef gets its name from its appearance, where fat deposits between muscle fibers create a striking red and white marbled pattern. Currently, much of the beef on the market in China is actually imitation meat made from other meats using 4 main methods. The first method involves using beef essence. Vendors buy chicken meat and add a lot of soybeans and beef essence, and the chicken gradually takes on the beef flavor. But flavor alone isn't enough. The texture and color also need to match. So they completely grind the chicken, then press it through specific tools to create beef-like pieces. The second method is making 5-spice meat. Pork is rolled through large machines, breaking down the meat fibers, and then mixed with starch and additives to create 5-spice meat, which has a slightly different color from real beef. Cheap beef shank often uses visually similar pork shank. Vendors say that adding seasoning and cooking it well will give it a better taste and a deeper color. The third and most distinguished method involves semi-cooked pink beef. Industry insiders say this is actually old sow meat with added sodium nitrite and coloring. Old sow meat has a coarse texture and a strong odor that can't be removed through regular cooking, so they add ingredients to mask the smell. Lastly, vendors also use duck meat, especially from the neck. They scrape off small pieces of duck neck meat, then add a lot of seasoning. The resulting flavor closely resembles real beef, and most people can't tell the difference. According to Chinese media reports, some dealers claim that beef priced around 20 yuan per kilo is basically all fake. This is an open secret in the industry. Besides beef, lamb sold at hot pot restaurants also has been found to be fake. Earlier reports revealed that in Shanghai and Jiangsu, 63 people were arrested for allegedly selling rat meat and other meats mixed with chemicals as lamb. These chemicals included gelatin, red carmine, and nitrate. These suspects have been selling fake lamb since 2009, and this fake lamb even entered some of China's most popular restaurants, including the well-known hot pot chain, Little Sheep. These reports have made Chinese citizens very angry. One person commented that it was absolutely disgusting, expressing horror at the thought of eating what they believed to be lamb skewers, but were actually furry rats, and questioned how they could even dare to eat lamb again. Another person lamented that, now you know why your stomach hurts. It's not just fake food. Vendors and stores that make and sell braised meats, snacks, and breakfast foods have been known to add poppy shells to their products to attract customers. This has long been an open secret in mainland China. An undercover investigation by Chinese media found that the underground trade of poppy shells is rampant in many parts of China. A traditional Chinese medicine dealer, Liang Shan, revealed that he supplies poppy shells monthly to vendors of braised meats and to a well-known restaurant brand. The Beijing branch of this well-known hot pot restaurant brand takes at least 500 kilograms of poppy shells from him each month, which are then distributed to their stores. Liang admitted that he is well aware of the high risks involved in this trade. His clients are mostly introduced through acquaintances and are generally restaurant businesses, especially those selling braised dishes. For safety, poppy shells are not shipped alone, but mixed with other spices like star anise and cinnamon, ground into powder for delivery. In traditional Chinese medicine markets in Hebei, Henan, and Jiangxi provinces, similar practices are found. Some online sellers from Yunnan and Gansu even set up social media groups with names including poppy, opium, and rice husk to find buyers. They also sell spices containing poppy powder under the guise of secret barbecue seasonings, lobster seasonings, braised meat seasonings, and spicy hot pot seasonings online. Why do vendors and stores add poppy shell powder during processing? Because poppy shells contain alkaloids like morphine, codeine, and papaverine. Adding poppy shell powder to food enhances the flavor, making it more addictive for customers. Although the morphine and codeine content in poppy shells is not as high as in opium, long-term consumption can still cause chronic harm to the liver and heart. Research indicates that prolonged use of broths containing poppy shells or their extracts can cause symptoms like chills, cold sweats, fatigue, and drowsiness. In severe cases, it can impair adult attention and memory functions, damage the nervous and digestive systems, lead to endocrine disorders, and in the most severe cases, cause respiratory failure and death. Chinese restaurants also have many hygiene risks. This restaurant is preparing takeout orders, and you can see the kitchen staff grabbing fried noodles with their bare hands. The noodles that fall onto the table are picked up and put back into the takeout bowls. A video was taken showing a shirtless chef in the kitchen using a broom to dip water from the pot and scrub the stove and clean the walls. He even repeatedly rinses the broom in the cooking pot, treating it like a mop bucket. It's reported that restaurants in various parts of China have been exposed for similar practices. In Guangdong, Mr. Chen, a kitchen worker at a hotel restaurant, said he saw the head chef cleaning the kitchen this way every night after closing. He thought it was very unhygienic and only for convenience. Mr. Chen said that he suggested they buy a new broom and separate the cleaning tasks, but they refused and didn't respond. The restaurant usually has many customers and often hosts banquets. He felt that such kitchen management was very unprofessional, so he resigned. Another former employee, Mr. Wang, also mentioned the restaurant's unhygienic practices. Mr. Wang said he worked there for 3 or 4 months, and they always cleaned it this way. Even the cutting board for sashimi was cleaned with a floor broom. With such hygiene, how can they justify this to consumers? Another investigation by Chinese media revealed that an A-chain restaurant in Tianjin also had hygiene issues. The kitchen staff worked shirtless, washed clothes during work hours, ate the food prepared for customers, and cleaned the walls with a broom dipped in the cooking pot. Due to the endless food safety issues in China, people seem to have learned one thing: self-protection is necessary. When you can't trust the safety of the meat, vegetables, oil, and water you consume, you can only trust yourself. One person summarized, "If you want to eat meat, cook it at home, grow your own vegetables, raise your pigs, do everything yourself. It's the only way to ensure what you eat is safe." Since the 2008 Sanlu toxic milk powder scandal, which exposed the widespread use of melamine in Chinese dairy products, food safety in China has been a focal point of public attention. Recently, another scandal involving oil tankers transporting cooking oil was exposed. The journalist's personal Weibo account was allegedly deactivated, causing an uproar. Why do harmful foods continue to be an issue? The main reason is a lack of regulatory oversight by the Chinese Communist Party, which doesn't solve the problems, but rather silences those who bring them up. For example, the excessive pesticide residues on vegetables have been a long-standing concern. The CCP adjusted the maximum residue limits for 112 pesticides in food. Under the new standards, the maximum residue limit for prosimidone in chives was increased by 25 times. Many people ridiculed that the solution to the problem of exceeding standards was simply to relax the standards, accusing the Ministry of Agriculture of secretly changing them and questioning if their intention was to harm the people. Over the years, a saying has circulated among the Chinese people. They don't care about food safety because they eat special supply food. They refers to the high-ranking officials of the Chinese government who enjoy specially prepared safe foods, while ordinary citizens have to face food safety hazards.